How far are you willing to go? The drive, the sweat, the blood, the tears, your determination through the pain and all the suffering, people overlooking you, telling you that you're not good enough. You have to believe that you're great. And with you believing that you're great, anything you want to do, you can achieve. No one can stop you. Only you can stop yourself. Keep driving. Keep uplifting yourself. Keep going. Keep going. Nothing, and no one can stop you. That goal you want, you can achieve it. How you inspire people is going to be up to you. Keep going. Never give up. Never give up. Keep going.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Gotti. And we here on 910 Sports once again. First and foremost, I want to thank God for this opportunity because without him, it would be no us. We actually starting our fourth season. You know what I'm saying? This episode one of the fourth season here tonight. One of our guys is missing, Lamont T. Goins. The coach Goins. He had a Colgate game versus Villanova, and one of the guys, VJ, what's his name, VJ Bullock, that we interviewed a few months back. He plays for Colgate, so he went out there to support. So basically, it's my right hand man, Cowboys' biggest fan. You know what I'm saying? I know he probably a little down this week. Hey, my boy Jacob the Great in the building. What's going on, fam?
What's up, man? Glad to be in the land of the living, but not down, man. Just I know Prescott played magnificent, but I know CeeDee Lamb, he had that Molly McButter on his fingers. You know, he couldn't catch a cold in a weight paper bag that night. So he dropped four key passes in the second half. And the crazy thing is, we actually shut Saquon Barkley down. And that
Yeah.
don't happen to Saquon. So it's all good, man. So let's get it rocking and rolling.
So before we even get to the football stuff, I want to talk about this right here. I want to talk about Uncle Shay Shay versus Ray Ray. And so my thing is I understand, I get the fact that what Ray Lewis was saying, and I don't disagree with what Ray Lewis was saying about Shannon Sharp. I just think he was dead wrong. The reason why I think Ray Lewis is dead wrong, because if that was your friend, that was your brother, that was somebody you call your brother, your friend. He looked out for you when you was going through your murder trial. He let you stay at his house. He supported you. He never threw you under the bus. And then here it is, 20 something years later, and you turned your back on Shannon Sharp when he was at his lowest. You know what I'm saying? Forget the media and all these other people who do it. But Shannon Sharp at his lowest point in his career right now, and he needed your support. On top of the fact that you're supposed to be a Christian. And if you're supposed to be a Christian, then you're supposed to be counseling your brother. You're supposed to be calling your brother up saying, what's good? We need to talk, what I mean, or whatever the case may be. You don't go on a public setting and talk bad about that man and pile on like everybody else. So to me, that was what you call a bro code, like a violation of the bro code. That's female tendencies. That's something females do. Real men don't do what he just did. So that's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts?
Well, you got the you got Ray Lewis and you got the alter ego. You got Ray Lewis and you got Killer Ray. So I just really think he had a flashback when he was sitting back in that limousine, and it popped out. But and then just to know the fact that Ray Lewis Shannon was there for you. You stayed at that man's house while you were going through the murder trial. You know what I'm saying? Why
Mhm.
why 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 everybody thought you did it, even people that looked like you thought you did it. Shannon had your back. But man, how Ray Lewis was the Steve Harvey of the NFL, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I ain't surprised, man. Like I just think he ain't had no business even saying anything, man. He just
No.
should have kept his mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? The man was going through the man ain't never ridiculed you when you was going through that trial, and they say you had stabbed a
Hmm.
man up in the club in Atlanta. The people ain't never. He actually defended you more than anybody. He
Hmm.
actually def- he actually defended you more than your own family members.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I
See,
mean?
that's
So
yeah. And see, that's the thing. A lot of times with and see, we wonder why a lot of times people who got one foot in, one foot out when it comes to Christian being a Christian or being in the streets or thinking about coming to the church, but then decide not to. You know what I mean, or just don't want to deal with it at all because of situations like this. Christians are the most judgmental people on earth. You know what I'm saying? But then when they want to want to quote the Bible, but they don't want to follow the laws of the Bible, or they don't want to follow the laws of what they're supposed to follow when it comes to. If you look how Jesus ran things and did things, Jesus was more, if he judged, it for a reason. But for the most part, he knew what his disciples was. He knew what people around him was, and he was there to try to guide them in the right direction, not basically pull away from them. And okay, if you don't want to hang around with Shannon Sharp no more, based off of the stuff that you said he did or didn't do, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you still owe that brother a conversation to call him and say, you know what, I don't like what you're doing, blase, blase. But you don't do what you did. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say what I seen him on. It was like one of it was a white host, wasn't it?
yeah,
And that even make it even worse. You know what I'm saying? Because you went onto a white platform and did that. It's bad enough. It's been bad either way, but you went on the other side and did that. You know what I'm saying? The difference you was on somebody like, Ron Clark and them or Mace or somebody, then it might have been a little bit more, because it's like a bunch of bros sitting around talking about topics. But you went on a white man platform and did that. You know what I'm saying? So that really made it look bad. That even made it even worse. You know what I'm saying? That you did that. So, I just think that
it's no lower. It like a lot of times when people say that why they don't come back to our communities because people say it ain't no loyalty in the black community.
it
That's
ain't. It's none. It's none.
that's what people say. You know what I mean? And
It's
when
none.
they get out, they really get out, man.
Hmm. Hmm. So I guess you got a story because if not, I'll go to the next one. You got
Uh,
something you want to discuss?
well, I seen a I seen a post and they was like, well, who is going to be the next quarterback in the next 5 years? The young quarterbacks. They said Jaden Daniels. They said they said Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Cam Ward,
Hmm.
and they said CJ Stroud. And they was like, who is going to be the next? They said Jaden one. They said CJ Stroud two. They said Cam Ward third, and they said Caleb Williams might not even be in the league. I said hell no. I said hell no. Why?
I mean, it could be the case. I mean, if you kind of look at his trajectory so far and the way he's headed, and they gave him a new coach. They gave him an offensive minded coach, and he still seemed to be struggling. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see
Well,
tomorrow.
well, 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 I, I can't. He ain't played his first game yet, so we can't say he's still seeing him struggling.
Well, I mean, not just struggling in the preseason or whatever, but they say he struggles in practice to make the right plays or whatever. So I mean, I don't know how true that is, but I
I
mean,
guess see why that's.
something ain't.
I don't know. I can't. I guess he got to wear a different color nail polish. I don't know,
Well, I would say it like this. I believe that a lot of times quarterback is the hardest position to play because the thing about quarterback is you can have all the athleticism, you can have all the skill set, but if you don't have this up here, if you don't have the brain power to be able to be able to run a team, then you're gonna struggle. And that's what a lot of quarterbacks that had all the tools in the world wasn't necessarily the most intelligent. Like even if you take somebody, probably the most athletic quarterback we've seen probably before you see now was Michael Vick. But Michael Vick didn't study enough early on to get the full potential out of his game. You know what I'm saying? Because be honest with you, Michael Vick, if as talented as Michael Vick was, Michael Vick should have been basically in the GOAT conversation if he really would have tapped into what his full potential was early on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you look at somebody like a Justin Fields, he looks like intelligent wise on the field like he struggled. Trevor Lawrence is another one. Got all the talent. But it looked like somewhere, another, it's not clicking all the way up here all the time. You know what I'm saying? And then you maybe take like some of these more average quarterbacks, you know what I mean, or whatever, who maximize their full potential, you know what I'm saying, even though they're not necessarily the greatest athletes or the best at what they do, but they find a way to maximize like Tom Brady wasn't athletic at all, but he was so intelligent on that field, him and Peyton Manning, that they maximized their full potential, you know what I'm saying, based on just being intelligent enough to understand how to run an offense.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
cause
what
Tom Brady and Peyton Manning was slower than lava.
I'm saying? Exactly. So I just feel like maybe Caleb Williams, and like I said, we'll see. You know what I mean? But the coach been throwing a lot of shots at him during the preseason. So we'll see if if it clicks tomorrow. I think who they play. Who do they play? I don't think they play Green Bay. I forgot who they play
No,
first game.
no,
Uh
y'all play Green Bay on Thursday on Prime.
yeah, I'm trying. I got the schedule. So so I'm looking at the schedule now because I was going. It's funny because I did a pool at my barber shop, but I should have pulled up my pool, but to see who I actually picked because I'm one for one. I know for sure. But I know I picked the Chiefs game, and I know I picked the Eagles beat the Cowboys. But as far as
So about that icon, you in the NFC East, your team is in NFC East. How do you feel the Cowboys look overall on their first game?
I felt like they gave the game away. I felt like if anything, you shouldn't be discouraged by what you've seen. You should be more upset and disappointed at the way they gave the game away because they pretty much, for the most part, dominated the Eagles for most of the game. It just they didn't make the key plays. Of course, most of it fell on CD Lamb that he didn't make the plays he needed to make. Because the first thing I was thinking in the first half was, dang, ain't nobody playing no defense tonight because neither one of these teams could stop a cold in the first half. They were just going them down the field on just like with that, and then I guess they went to half made adjustments and and both teams came out and played a lot better defensively. But like you said, the CD Lamb thing, but that's the problem with the Cowboys. It's always like something. Like it's always like that one thing that always messes them up. Like Stephen A says, just wait for it. It's gonna all go wrong at some point. You know what I'm saying? I'm just paraphrasing. But that's just the way it seems like something with the Cowboys, they can have everything they need, and then that one thing could go wrong. And then that's what happened in this game. They were set up to succeed. To be honest with you, they should have blew the Eagles out, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? So but I would be more encouraged by what I seen. The running game, since y'all gonna have a decent running game. Y'all got two
But
number one
but
receivers.
but he can't be fumbling on the fumbling in the red zone. Tell you that
Who's that?
much. Javante Williams, he fumbled in the red zone, man. That would have been a
Yeah,
score.
yeah,
Man,
yeah,
you fumbled on the 9 yard line.
yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. Is say they had self inflicted wounds. The Eagles didn't beat them; they beat themselves. You know what I'm saying? So if they clean that up, I mean, the Cowboys got offensive wise, they're gonna be fine. It's just I just got to see them against other teams because think about with the Eagles, this was concerning me because I know when we did the show with Jason and all them, and I picked the Eagles and the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. But
Right.
I'm what I'm looking out of what I'm seeing out of the Eagles, I'm not sure because one thing is they lost so many defensive players. And I think that when they go against, when they go against teams that's more prepared, they might get exposed on that, especially on that back end. You know what I'm saying? On the with those safeties and corners. I don't think they
And
safeties and corners are as good as people think.
and now Roger Goodell said that Jalen Carter gonna get a 10-game suspension. That's gonna hurt the
So
Eagles a lot.
he said a 10-game suspension.
Yeah,
Sheesh.
a 10-game suspension. He said that won't be tolerated. And from what reports say, some of the people that's on that NFL board, they actually want to kick him out for the rest of the season.
Mm. Well, hey, before we keep going, let me say real quick, for everybody watching, that may check this out early on, we're gonna be on the CW22 this Monday, 6:30 a.m. So please tune in to the CW22 910 Sports to be on this Sunday, this Monday at 6:30 a.m. We actually, I think this is the interview with Coach Donald Kincaid,
Right.
the JUCO founder and CEO of the JUCO League. He has like what 8 teams, I think it is.
Yeah, eight teams. Yeah.
You got 8 teams across between Florida and Virginia, so up and down the East Coast. He got 8 teams in his league. So please check that interview out this Monday. It was a real good interview. I know some of y'all might have seen it on our page already, but please go support the actual the CW episode when they air it on CW this Monday at 6:30 a.m. if it's in your area. If not, hopefully maybe you can pull up on your app or something and get it that way. So I just wanted to put
Got
that
you.
out there. And then
Got you.
also shout out to Tamika. Her father passed away last week. So condolences. That's the owner of 810 Studios that we also own, Roku channel, that supports us and actually got us on the CW and Augusta 54. So just shout out to her as far as y'all send y'all prayers for her strength, for her and her family, her father passing away, and I think that the funeral was I think yesterday or the day before or whatever. So when they laid him to rest. So
Right.
anyway, we're gonna keep it moving off of that, but
Um,
um,
I
but
think
yeah,
the
uh,
I think the next topic. We talked about the Cowboys, man. Um, the the next topic is Joe Flacco is 122 years old, and they got him as a starter with Cleveland Browns, and and and
uh,
and and, and, and Dylan Gabriel, man, it's probably the only thing that he can do better than Shador is Milton Kyle. So so why they even doing standards like that, man? They just trying to prove a point just because of who his dad is. Like, what's really going on in the NFL, man?
to be honest with you, I felt like they should have went on ahead and cut him or traded him like they did Kenny Pickett. They don't really want him, so why y'all should just trade him like y'all did Kenny Pickett? Y'all don't want him because think about it, most teams don't even carry 3 quarterbacks. Most teams
You
carry
just
2 and put the third one on practice squad or let them go or whatever. But the third quarterback is usually on the practice squad, so it's like they're playing with that man at this point because what are you keeping him around for if you don't really want him? You know what I'm
because he
saying?
bring because he brings so much revenue to the city of Cleveland. That's why they keeping him around.
Yeah, but if he don't get on the field, the fans gonna end up boycotting him or whatever. Like the fans that really want to do on the field. Now I was hearing they were saying like basically what's gonna end up happening is Joe Flacco. First of all, Cleveland's gonna be losing a bunch of games. Then they're gonna throw Dylan Gabriel out there, and they're gonna find out that Dylan Gabriel ain't gonna be able to handle that NFL the NFL defenses. Then they're gonna throw Shador. So by the time Shador get out there, they're gonna probably be 10, 11 games in. They're gonna be 2-8 or something, or 1-9, and then they're gonna try to have Shador to be the savior of the team at that point. You know what I'm saying? When it's pretty much out, when they pretty much don't have no chance to get in the playoffs, that's when they're gonna put Shador in because at that point it's not gonna matter. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And then nothing else to be like, oh well, he can basically audition or showcase because what's really gonna happen is going into next year, they're gonna end up getting another quarterback. Now, let's talk about that for a second. And you know me, I hate when they overhype players. I can't stand when they do this. They overhype Arch Manning. I love Peyton Manning. He was my favorite quarterback in the league when he played. But at the end of the day, they overhyped this young man. It's not his fault. First of all, the first game he started in is against Ohio State, the national champs. What y'all think he was gonna look like? You know what I'm saying? He was gonna struggle. Period. I don't care. Unless he would have been on some whole another level of player, he was gonna struggle. You know what I'm saying? Most freshmen or first year players like that gonna struggle in a game like that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Now today he looked a lot better. For what I seen? Do I think he would? Is he number one worthy? No, because
No, you ain't.
he missed a lot of throws today that he should have made. So he still got to work on his accuracy or whatever. So I still don't think. I think they playing it right with his family said more than likely he may stay all 4 years because he getting the bag already, so he don't have to jump ship. You know what
Man,
I'm
he was
saying?
born. He was born with a bag.
Exactly. So he don't need the money now. You know what I'm saying? So just work on your craft. Stay all 4 years, at least an extra year. I would say because he only a sophomore now. Stay junior year, and then maybe next year, if you look like you, if it's undoubtable that you the number one pick, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I mean, I watched the Michigan quarterback. He was the number one uh, prospect coming out of college, out of high school. No, number one overall prospect for Michigan. He looked terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
these
man.
freshmen gonna look like that.
Oklahoma was handed to them, boy. Man.
Yeah. So I mean, so is he gonna probably get better? I'm pretty sure he will. But
I
I was
mean, but it's like the people in these commentators do that, man. Arch Manning said, "I just want to play football." And I want, he said, even when I was a kid, man, 12 and 13 years old, man, all these reporters was out there. They was overhyping it because I was the nephew of Peyton and Eli and my granddad Archie, man. He said, I just wanted to be a kid and play football. He said
hmm
he's really never been able to not have the spotlight on him. That's gotta be
yeah.
hard for a child. That's gotta be hard for a child, man.
Yep, yep. You know what? I should have brought Steve on here tonight too because I looked at the score and Georgia only beat Austin P. I don't even know what Austin P is, but they only beat them
Who
24-6.
who
Georgia only beat Austin P 24-6. That sounds like one of Popeye the Sailor Man children names. Austin P. What is an Austin P? You know what I'm saying? Where's Austin P even at? Is that Austin, Texas? Where's Austin P at? You know
that
what I'm
sounds
saying?
like a man that man, that sounds like a community in Augusta, Georgia.
Well, yeah, so I knew I should have. I just thought about it. I should have invited Steve on because I wanted to hear his excuse of why they only beat Austin P 24-6.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
and you gotta know I'm tagging my cousin KB tomorrow. You got to know
Oh
that.
yeah, KB need to get it too because
Yeah.
I haven't heard what they predictions was as far as Florida winning this year or what he thought Florida was gonna do. But I hope he don't think Florida was gonna do anything because
Yeah,
based
yeah,
off of the
yeah.
game and not to say now let me give South Florida their credit.
Uh-huh.
Florida they got a little bit of a team. They beat Boise
Yeah.
State last week. They beat Florida this week, but Florida is top 25 team and they're in the SEC. So they shouldn't, and they didn't look, and that quarterback that they got, he was supposed to be, I think he was like top five quarterback coming into college last year, like a top prospect, and he don't look that much better than Anthony Richardson.
Man, listen.
So I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I knew I got to tag KB. I got to tag my cousin that came on. Hakeem, the coach, and
Mhm.
I got to tag Krista too. Yeah, she's a Florida fan too.
Now I gotta ask you this though: what you feel about what you seen with Clemson? Are you a
Uh,
Club Nick fan? Because I know you was a big DJ. You rolled for DJ hard until he left. So
yeah.
you know you took up
I
for
I I
DJ.
I, I I have became a Club Nick fan. It took me a little while to really get used to him, man, and just to really see how he improved on his mechanics so much. But man, Troy had Clemson down 16-0, bro. Man,
Yeah, I've seen that.
Klubnik came back in that second quarter, boy. Man, I don't know if somebody put Energizer Bear in his back or something. I don't even know. And then the running back just started running that ball. Because they running back like 6'2", 240.
Mm-hmm.
Run like a 4'4", in the 40. You know what I mean? So between him and the running back and the receivers that Dabo got out the portal. So Dabo got about 5 people out the transfer portal. He got 2 receivers. He got a nose tackle out there, a safety, and a tight end. But
Okay.
he said that he wouldn't get no more than that. Cause some teams their whole squad came out the portal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How how, how your whole squad come out the transfer portal, bro?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's how Colorado do things, and I think a lot of these teams do things like that. And the thing about that's another quarterback. Colorado quarterback was number 2 prospect, and basically he got benched after the first half. They put him, Dion put him back in the second half, but like they said, the other guy, Stab or whatever his name is, I guess he gonna end up being the starter and moving forward for now because they got a 3-headed quarterback thing they doing. So well, that saying, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got none. So if you got 3, you definitely got none. But but we know, Jacob, the psyche of these players now. So if that freshman don't end up being the starter this year, then what's
Hmm.
gonna happen? He gonna
He gonna
probably
get the
get,
transfer. Hmm.
you know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? He
But
gonna
but 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 I don't. I think you should have to play with a team at least 2 years before you hit the transfer portal.
Yep, I
Come on,
agree.
bro. So what happened to a fight for a position?
hmm the only time you should be able to leave, maybe if your coach leaves, because it's if whatever, or if you have like a what they call hardship situation. A lot of times a player transfer if their mom or dad or somebody gets sick in the
Right.
family and they gotta go back, and they especially if they, let's say, they live in Atlanta and they went all the way to California and their mom or dad got sick and they had to go back towards home to help take care of the family. That those situations, yeah, but I don't think a player should be able to transfer without playing 2 years of the pro. Especially if I'm giving you 100,000, if I'm giving you 6 figure, 7 figure deal, and then after 1 year, just because you can't get on the field or the court, you should be able to leave. That you need to work your butt off to earn that money. And I was telling my Uber driver yesterday, I said I'm gonna tell you what they really need to do. They need to have a base salary for players, and when they getting this money, and they should have to earn by incentive wise the extra money. So let's just say you a quarterback, you should have to be able to throw a certain amount for every touchdown or every, what I'm saying, yardage. If you throw over 300 yards or something like that, then you get the extra money. Like the extra money is bonus. So it
Right.
shouldn't be like you automatically get all this money because technically these players are supposed to do commercials. They're supposed to do endorsement type stuff for to earn this money. Yeah, what many players you see actually on a commercial or doing
Man,
something extracurricular to earn the money? You
I
know what
know
I'm
that.
saying?
I know the
So
boy for the boy played for South Carolina Gamecocks. His NIL deal this year was $3.7 million.
exactly, because even if you look at the NFL has where you get your base salary. But a lot of time those contracts be incentive loaded. So it'd be like, oh yeah, your salary is 10 million, but you can earn another 2 or 3 million or 5 million if you get a certain amount of touchdowns or sacks or something like that. That's what they need to do in college football. They need to make them earn the money instead of just giving them a check and then let's say they go 2 years and they don't even get on the field or the court. Then what you paying for? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the thing about it is, I don't even know how boosters, because most of the money comes from boosters. I don't even know how to even make any money off of those. So what their incentive to keep paying money to get, what I'm saying, for these players to come to these programs? What's their incentive to do it? Because if they're not getting it back, other than being maybe a tax write off, that's the only way I can think. You know what I mean? Because I got a funny feeling like in like North Carolina. I think Michael Jordan paid for all them players to go to because they had literally got 10 new players. You know what I'm saying? all of them
So
were like, huh?
so you so you think you might play for the football players too?
I don't know about the football players, but I got a funny feeling he paid for because three of them were basically rookies, and the other seven were all transfer portals. But that's ridiculous. They only had like one player, I think one or two players come back from last year's team. That's unheard of.
So
That's
you
unheard
think
of.
Mike so you think Mike want to spend that type of money on players that he probably ain't never even looked at?
I mean, because it's probably a tax write off. So he probably went to Hubert and said, okay, he probably like let me know how much you need to get certain players. And he probably wrote a check to say, you know, okay, I'm gonna give you let's say 30 million or 15 million or whatever. And I might be wrong, and I'm gonna spread it out. But it just so happens so funny how Carolina got all these players at one time. You know you got to pay for it. I'm pretty sure they had to pay for all these players to come to Carolina at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what
And
all these
who
players, Texas in
and who
football,
else?
Ohio State, they paying for. They said Texas got the highest payroll in college football. You know what I'm saying? As far as what they paying, I think they paying like 30, $40 million for these players. Some ridiculous amount of money. Yeah, they got like a high payroll, some ridiculous amount. And then
Crazy.
so you think them boosters happy that they lost last week? You know what I'm saying? You paying all this money and y'all still can't win. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
man.
So yeah, but
Crazy.
put it like this: if they don't at least make it to the championship game this year, I think Sarkisian might be out. They gonna call him. I think him Dabo. I think Dabo on the hot seat. Um,
Why you think Dabo the high seat?
because I feel like if he don't after last year and
This is
then
eight. This is
huh,
18th season now. You know this is 18th season with the
but
Tigers.
but but it's different now because there's so much money involved. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like, and then his standard, he got a standard like a Nick Saban standard. How many
Yeah,
championships y'all won? Like 10, 2, 3
we
over the last.
won. We won two championships in the last 6 years.
That's what I'm saying. So his standard is not like some of these other coaches. His standard is high because he already done won a couple of times. So he
Yeah.
gotta win.
So that since you speaking on Dabo, man, let's talk about this. Let's talk about now. This is going from Dabo back to the NFL. So how are the Browns going to pay the rest of Deshaun Watson's contract off?
I bet they gonna have to pay it and eat it. I mean, but I think he only got like maybe 1 year left after this year. I think
Yeah,
next year
but
they'll be done.
but the, but that 1 year is 134 million.
But they could probably stretch it if they wanted to. They could probably if they wanted to, they probably can stretch it. You know what I'm saying? And give them like 20 million a year or something for the next 10 years or something. They probably find a way to stretch it if they really wanted to.
So what about
Mhm.
Trevor? Trevor, they just gave Trevor Lawrence 280 million, and the Jacksonville Jaguars fans and people that pay into about them season tickets, they calling for them to get rid of Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, hey, it just depends on if he gonna have a market. And you could say you get rid of a player all day long, but you got to have a market. I'm pretty sure he might have a fourth or fifth round. You can probably get fourth or fifth round pick for him. You ain't gonna get no top pick for Trevor Lawrence at this point unless he ball out this year. But if he had another year like he did last year, last couple of years, they could probably be able to trade him. But it's gonna be probably like for like fourth or fifth round. It ain't gonna be no top pick for him or whatever. So you know what I mean. And if he ball out like that, they ain't gonna want to trade him no way. So it's kind of a catch 22. You know what I'm saying, or whatever at this point. So we'll see. I mean, at this point, he got to show and prove. Now I'm gonna say this, and we're gonna go into like picking these games for tomorrow. Um, I watched the Chiefs and them play the other night, and
You weren't impressed,
I wasn't impressed by Justin Herbert. I'm still not impressed.
man.
You know what I'm
You
saying? Like,
I can't. Me or you is never going to be impressed by Justin Herbert, man. Justin Herbert is probably the most overrated person in the world, bro.
because
They
my thing was
they they want Justin Herbert to be top tier so bad.
Yeah. And I think he gonna get himself hurt because he was doing all that running around and would never slide. And he was doing the Josh Allen thing where he just was trying to run over players, and then he was missing too many throws. To be honest with you, if he would have hit most of his throws, more of his throws accurately, they should have really blew the Chiefs out. Especially once Xavier Worthy went out, and that just messed up I think that messed up the Chiefs' whole game plan. You know what I'm saying? Because they going in, they said that Xavier Worthy was supposed to be a big part of what they was doing. And when he went out, I think that just threw everything off where they kind of struggled to
So
kind
my
of move the
Chiefs,
ball. Yeah, they
the
kind of
Chiefs.
struggled to move the ball once Xavier Worthy went out because you got to think Rasheed Rice already out. Xavier Worthy went out in the first three game
I
plays.
mean,
So
man, man, they should have picked up Odell Beckham Jr.
there you go. Odell Beckham Jr. about 145 years old. No, they don't need to be checking on the Odell Beckham Jr. Yeah, no,
Man, why not, man? Why not? Just to be a filling player to somebody get healthy.
they need to pick up his blonde streak in his hair before they pick him up. They don't know Odell Beckham good. He good.
Man, why you like Odell, man? Why you like
I do
Beckham
like
Jr., man?
Odell, but he too old. He done. He what he
He, he,
was.
he, he
It's
ain't
over
that
with.
old, man. He ain't that old.
Well,
You
whatever it is, he done. He don't got nothing. His tank is on E. You know, if he was an electric car, it'd be down to like 10%. There's nothing left in the tank. Is he done? You know, when he played in the Super Bowl with the Rams, that was the last. That was all he had left right there. That was it. It was done and over. He like Chris Paul. They need to go ahead and just ride out in the sunset. I don't know why Chris Paul's still sticking around in the NBA, but for whatever reason, he's still sticking around.
hey
Yeah.
man, hey man, if Chris Paul can still play in the NBA, Dan Bryant can get a deal with the Chiefs.
Anyway, let's make these picks because you just going further and further down this rabbit hole. You didn't dig yourself a big hole. So I got. Let's see. I got okay. So the first game I got here is the Colts and the Dolphins. Who you get? Who you with?
Oh man, Colts and the Dolphins. That's too bad teams, man. So I mean, we should call Denzel up and see if the Titans can play against him. I'm gonna say the Dolphins though, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Dolphins too, just because. Uh, First of all, the Colts don't have no quarterback. They got Daniel Jones, the quarterback, so that ain't gonna work already.
Uh,
And
that's they start quarterback.
it's Daniel Jones. And the Dolphins, it's not cold yet. Plus, they in a dome, so they should be all right this week because it's not under 50
Who who
degrees.
who is the Dolphins starting quarterback?
I still Tua. You know what I'm saying? But they not. But there's not under 50 degrees, and they playing in a dome because they playing in the Colts Stadium this weekend. So it's
Man,
it's a dome stadium, so they should be
it,
all right.
it's nothing against Tua, but man, I don't think I would trust Tua to be a quarterback, man. Tua done had so many injuries, man. So man, I'm scared for him. I'm real scared for him, bro.
Yeah, I agree with you. One more concussion hit, he might be walking around like that, talking like my homeboy did when he went to the VA and he to get him a free check. He walked in there and told him, I miss my oranges. He kept saying I miss my oranges, and they was like, what? And he ended up getting the free check because they thought he was crazy for real. He went over with some dirty clothes on and kept saying he missed his oranges. You know what I'm saying? So he got a free check. So that's what the tour gonna be doing if he keep walking around. Either
Yeah,
that or
man.
he gonna be out here he gonna be around here unaliving people like Hernandez because his brain gonna be all scrambled. One of the two. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, next we got the Steelers and the Jets. So
I'm
we
gonna
got
take the
old
Jets.
man Ribble,
I'm gonna
you
take
know
the
what I'm
Jets.
saying? And
I'm
Rogers
gonna take the Jets.
against cause that's your boy, Justin Fields.
I'm gonna
That's
take the
your boy.
Jets. I'm gonna take the Jets, man.
You know what?
Yeah, we gonna see. We gonna see what he do with that 46 million for 2 years. If is he gonna work?
I'm I'm a,
Is he gonna work that money?
I'm still go with the Steelers, but it's gonna be an ugly game. It's gonna be unwatchable
I
for
I know
me.
why you're going with the Steelers though. You
Why?
going with the Steelers based on their defense because they always have a good defense.
Yeah, yeah, and then I trust Mike Tomlin more than I trust the Jets. Okay, so
Well, I don't even know who the Jets new
yeah, I
coach
don't even
is
know the
because
Jets. I'm trying to figure out who the Jets coach is now at this point. But trust
I
Mike
guess
Tomlin to be.
I, I guess the Jets new coach is Lou Holtz.
This joker said lose hopes. Well, no. Um. Anyway, we got the Panthers and the Jaguars. So we got your boy Trevor Lawrence versus Bryce Young. You know what I'm saying? So who you with?
I would still have to go with Trevor Lawrence.
You know what? Who did I pick in this game? I don't even know what I picked on my sheet. I might
But
not have picked.
I am gonna say this: the Panthers did win they last 8 games last season. So
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm gonna go with.
if
I'm gonna
yeah,
go with
so
Bryce Young and them in the upset.
so
I'm
so so if Jacksonville go in there, flu gaze in and not up to speed, the Panthers gonna blow them out. But I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. So we gonna they say Trevor always healthy and what I mean. They say he be working out and he
and
working with his personal trainer. So we gonna see, man, because Trevor, the clock is ticking for you, brother.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna go with Bryce Young just because I know he got a new toy to play with. He got the wide receiver from Arizona, and that joker, I think he run like a 4.2, 4.3 or something crazy. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean.
And he
Um.
and he and he got Horn over there with him too.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So I know Horn. I know Horn run like a 3.4, 3.44. So he got
Yeah,
two. He got two new weapons. So I think that's gonna help him out a lot. So I'm gonna go with them. So
yeah.
next we got the Cardinals and the Saints and the Aints.
Hold
The
up, man.
Cardinals and the Aints.
So we got the so we got the you know we got
Mhm.
The Arizona Mockingbirds
Basically,
and we got the the New Orleans Saints.
yeah, yeah. They
I'm gonna
might well
still have
call
to.
it
I'm gonna still have to go with the Video King,
with the
Arizona.
who? Oh, Arizona. Yeah, but yeah, I'm picking Kyler Murray. I don't even know who the Saints quarterback is.
I think it's I think it's that quarterback that South Carolina had before old boy got there.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but
In other words, they got a.
I
They, well, otherwise they got a bus driver. They got a UPS worker over there. Quarterback.
no,
They're gonna
no,
be in
no,
position for a quarterback
not
too next year.
not even a USPA worker, a bad boy from Kroger.
Food Depot.
Uh,
So then, all right. So next, okay, we got my boys. And of course, I'm picking my boys to win the Commanders over the Giants. One, because they better not lose this game.
right.
Because I ain't gonna say it's a gimme game because it's a division game. So division games are always tricky. But at the end of the day, they got my boy Terry, Scary Terry, back in the building. They got Debo Samuel. So they got too many weapons to lose this game at this point. And they went out and got Von Miller. You know, Von Miller's 155 years old. He still can make a few plays, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. You know, if they
Boy,
use him
boy,
right. You know what I mean? Um, so
boy,
that's what I got in that game. Who you with on that one?
man. I mean, I think Von Miller played football with Chris Collinsworth.
And the fact that Russell Wilson, I've been said Russell Wilson could pretty much been done. Russell Wilson been running on fumes the last couple of years, so I don't trust Russell Wilson no more. to go out there and win no big game like the beginning, win a game like this. I just don't
I
trust
actually, I actually hope y'all beat Green Bay.
you. Hope we beat who? The midgets.
Green Green Bay.
Oh,
So,
well, that's Thursday night. That's Thursday
yeah,
night.
got Green Bay Thursday night. So,
Yeah,
so I think y'all gonna beat the New York Pigeons. I think y'all gonna beat them.
yeah. So, all right. So next we got the Buccaneers and Falcons. This is maybe a good. This might be a
Yeah,
good one. This is an
yeah.
intriguing game.
I think this gonna be a good game, but I think whichever quarterback get off and keep the momentum, that's the team that'll win.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm picking the Falcons because I used to do security for the Falcons for the Atlanta Falcons and Georgia State games. And the one thing about especially the beginning of the season for the Falcons, them fans be crazy. Like them fans they be super loud, like almost like a college stadium loud. So I feel like the only reason why I'm picking them in this one because they at home. Because
Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, the Buccaneers got some weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got some weapons. But I'm gonna put in the Falcons. They can score too. So it's a division game. So I'm gonna pick the Falcons at home on this one. The next one, the Bengals and the Browns.
The
And the
Browns.
only reason why I'm giving the Browns a chance to stay in the game, I'm not gonna pick them to win because the Bengals defense couldn't stop a snail from going across the other side of the street.
That's all I'm
So
saying.
so they did defense is garbage. It's terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna pick the Bengals, but only because for one, I don't. We both don't trust Joe Flacco. He'll to do nothing. So, but yeah, so that's the only why I'm picking the Bengals in this one. The Raiders and the Patriots.
I don't know, man. I'm
Um,
I'm 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 a, I'm gonna say the Raiders only because I see this Amari Cooper last year playing the NFL and maybe he
mhm.
can help them because after this year he's gonna retire and he wants to retire as a Raider. So you know what I mean?
Well, I'm gonna say the Patriots just because, for one, a lot of times West Coast teams don't do good when they got to go across the other side of the state. And especially with the Raiders being like a hot weather type of team, I think going somewhere like all the way to Boston. I'm not sure what the weather is this weekend, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's probably in the 40s or 50s or something like that.
No, man, not in September, man.
In Boston, okay.
No,
I,
in
I wish
September,
I,
Cole.
I, if I would have been, I would look it up to see what it was, what the
I
weather
thought
gonna
you
be.
now if you said
But
okay.
even if it's in the 60s, when you go up north 60s is different from like our
Oh
60s.
yes. Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know Patriot Stadium. Patriot Stadium is in like an open area, like a high school stadium. You just sit out
Right.
in the open and sit right beside a Walmart, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's why I said it may be hard on the Raiders. So anyway, next we got the 49ers and the Seahawks.
Mhm.
That's gonna be interesting because who quarterback the Seahawks now? But no, they who's the quarterback now? And then Purdy,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know who they quarterback. The quarterback that won all of the games with Minnesota last year.
Minnesota.
Minnesota Vikings quarterback from last year.
JJ
The
McConnell?
Minnesota.
No. Oh, you talking
No, no, no.
about Sam Darnold.
Yep. That's who their quarterback.
Okay. I don't know if he's gonna have the same success because he had two top notch receivers in Minnesota. I think he's gonna struggle in Seattle. I don't think I mean, because he only got DK. DK gone, right? Ain't DK gone?
Yeah.
So I don't see him having the same success.
Somebody say, isn't Sam Howell in Seahawks too?
I think so. I think so.
Well, somebody said a couple weeks ago that Sam Howell would probably end up taking his job. I said, I said, that's
He
interesting.
could. He could. I just don't see Sam Darnold having that same success because he don't have the same type of weapons. So I'm gonna pick the
Yeah,
49ers in this one.
49 okay.
And so we got the Titans and the Broncos.
Bronco.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Broncos just because of their defense. And Cam Ward is still a rookie, even though I think he's gonna have a successful year. Um, but I just think this is gonna be too tough of a first game. Um, the Lions and Packers.
I'm gonna say the Lions.
I'm only gonna say the Packers for this game reason because for one, the Lions got new everything. They got new defensive coordinator, new offensive coordinator. I think it's gonna take them a couple of games to get it going and kind of get in sync and get that chemistry. So I
Okay.
think the pack. I think the pack, and well, I ain't gonna worry about the weather, but I think the Green Bay is they more equipped right now and more ready to win a game like this than I think the Lions are. And the
Okay.
Lions still missing a couple of people. I think they still missing Hutchinson and they missing Aleem. They missing nephew. So I know Aleem is still out, and I think Hutchinson is still out. If I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right.
Um, Texans and Rams.
Texas and Rams.
Yeah.
Oh, the Rams. The Rams.
I think
Yeah.
with CJ Stroud having his weapons back, I'm gonna pick the Texas because he got his weapons back. So I think he gonna win this one.
I don't know,
What?
man. I don't know, man. The Rams got some good young receivers, boy. They got
Yeah,
Puka and they got another dude that's from Hawaii. He plays Samoan or something. He good too, boy. So and the Rams got one of the top tier defenses in the league this year. From what they be saying all summer.
yeah. Okay, I feel you. I feel you. So then we got the Sunday night game. We got Ravens and Bills. Now that one, I said, "Woo, that's a good game starting the
I
first
mean,
week."
I mean, even though Lamar Jackson looked like graffiti off the Lion King, I'm gonna pick the Ravens.
Um, I'm only gonna pick the Bills because they at home. And I know that the Buffalo Bills, they don't got nothing else to do in Buffalo but play watch football. And
Man,
that crowd be turned. You know what
I
I'm
can't
saying?
ne-
So,
I can't never pick the Bills because the Bills got that Jim Kelly curse over them, man.
yeah, you're right. You're right. But I was just thinking this game, but they don't show until the playoffs. In the regular season, they just like the Bills. They win all them games, and in the playoffs come around, they act like they got the James Harden curse. So both teams do. So, but I just the Bills think the Bills gonna win just because they the crib. And last but not least, the final game of the weekend, the Vikings and the Bears.
The Vikings and the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Bears gonna upset the Vikings.
I'm gonna go with the Bears too, just because we don't know what we gonna get out of JJ McCarthy. We have no clue if he's gonna be good, bad, or indifferent. And I just feel like Caleb is gonna have something to prove. And
Taylor got
they at home. And that's another thing,
yeah,
they at home. So I think that's
yeah.
gonna be a lot on JJ McCarthy a first game to be on the road in a hostile environment, division game. So
But
I'm gonna pick.
Caleb definitely got something to prove, man.
Yeah, so I definitely I just feel like the Bears are gonna be a nip and tuck type of game because division game, but I think the Bears will pull it out. So anyway, that's it, y'all, for the night, man. Like I said, appreciate everybody coming on. Check us out, CW 22 Monday morning, 6:30 a.m. If it's in your local area, or maybe you can catch it on the app or whatever. But please support. Shout out our man, Coach Goins couldn't be on here tonight because he was supporting one of his old players at their game, at the Colgate Villanova game. So just shout out everybody. Y'all keep supporting us. 95 South TV. You know what I'm saying? Me and Jacob are now A&R for Block Runners Entertainment. Um, with Big Boy Dirty of the Two Live crew. So just support everything we doing, man. It's just continue to support. But anyway, we out. See y'all next week. See y'all on the next go. We out here.
Yeah. Peace.